Yes. Just thought I'd make a quick video, give my thoughts on this Eubank Benn fight last night. Fucking great fight. First of all, I want to congratulate Conor because Conor he done good. He done his thing. He done what he needed to do. I said to everyone, Conor was most probably going to win the second fight because he lost the first fight on one thing, on fitness. Conor started off the first fight great. He started off great. He was up on points. As the rounds went on, he started getting a bit tired. Started throwing less. The power went down. The strength went down, and that's what lost him the first fight. He lost the first fight on the second half of the fight. The first half of the fight, he was up. Eubank came back in the second half of the fight, and that's because he's a bigger man. He's a more experienced fighter, and that experience and the size is what he used to take over. But listen, Conor knew what he done wrong. He knew. And I knew after the first fight that, listen, Conor knows. He done everything right. He done one thing wrong. He wasn't fit. I'm looking on Instagram. I'm seeing Conor training like a fucking dog. The guy sparred one round, 36 minutes. He's sparring one 36-minute round. You're running hills, training like a fucking madman. Like, listen, Conor trained like a madman anyway. But now he took it to a next level, and I knew, listen, Conor's not coming to lose. He only done one thing wrong the first fight, and he ain't doing it wrong this fight. Listen, Conor could have fought 24 rounds last night. He would have fought the last round in the same intensity as he fought the first round. He weren't fucking coming to lose last night. And so I want to congratulate him. And even though he fought a very deflated, weak Chris Eubank Jr., we can't take away that, listen, Conor's a great fighter and he done his thing. He done what he needed to win. And in that shape he was in last night, he would have beat so many other fighters. And I feel like at 154, I feel like that weight suits him best, I feel like Conor shouldn't go down to 147 because, the losing that little bit of weight might drain him a little bit and it could take away a lot from him. At 154, he's so powerful, he's so big. I think 154 is his weight. Yeah, he'll be fighting people a lot bigger than him, but he's a fucking powerhouse now, and that's what we cannot deny. We cannot deny that Conor Benn is a powerhouse now. For Chris Eubank Jr., listen, I never want to see Chris Eubank Jr. do that to himself again. Him and those that love him, those that are around him, should never let him fight in that condition again. The guy had nothing in him from the first round. Listen, anyone that fought in the undercard would have beat Chris last night, regardless of what weight they were, whether they was a super featherweight, whether they was a lightweight, welterweight, anyone on that undercard would have beat Chris last night. I would have beat Chris last night. He was never going to win the fight because he was fucked from the first round. He was flat-footed. The guy wasn't on his toes not 1 second of the fight. I'm just watching his feet. The guy was flat-footed the whole fight. It was no bouncing around, no head. It was like he had nothing. And I'm watching the fight and I'm thinking, okay, cool. In the first 4 rounds, I'm thinking maybe Chris is gonna do what he done in the first fight. He's gonna start slow and he's gonna take the ball game to Conor in the later rounds of the fight, the second half of the fight. And got to round 4, round 5, and nothing's changing. If anything, he's looking weaker. That's when it hit me. He's fucked. This ain't a tactic. He's trying to start slow. He is fucking slow. He's not trying to start weak. He is fucking weak. Not only is he older now, he's like 36 years old. Not only is he an older fighter, he's fucked at the weight. Yes, even though he has made this weight many times in the past, he's been fucked many times in the past. He was fucked on the Liam Smith fight, on the first Liam Smith fight, and the second Liam Smith fight. Even though he won the fight, Liam Smith is past his best. He beat a washed up Liam Smith. Liam Smith wasn't in his prime. Chris Eubank Jr. beat a washed up Liam Smith, so we can't give him any props. Oh, he made the weight for Liam. He's fucked at the weight, and he should have gone up in weight a long time ago. And seeing him do what he done last night, I don't know Chris that well. I do know him. I don't know him that well, but it hurt me. I felt sorry for him. Yes, you're getting about 10 million. But listen, your dad's already lost one son. He's lost Seb. And look what you're doing to yourself. You could have died in there. Chris Eubank Jr. shouldn't even be walking in that condition, let alone fighting against a strong, young, fit powerhouse like a Conor Benn. It's fucking criminal. If the British Boxing Board should have shut down any fight, it should have been that fight last night. Yeah, I know Chris Eubank Jr. made the weight. He's done it in the past. As I said, he's been fucked in the past. And as you get older, the weight becomes harder to make every time. After every camp, after every time you make a certain weight, it becomes harder to make the next time. It's not like you make the weight once and it's, you know, it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same easiness to make the weight. No, every time you make weight, it becomes harder to make the weight the next time you make weight. There's something about our body. I don't know how to explain it. You have to ask a physio about that. But every time you make weight, it becomes a bit harder the next time you make the weight. And Chris Eubank Jr. He's been declining. Not only is the age, yes, the father time's now catching up with him. Chris Eubank Jr. has got a kid now. He's a loving man. He's a family man, and he's not the killer that he once was when he first. We're not looking at the Eubank 8 years ago. Eubank 8 years ago, yes, when he was a bit younger, yes, and he had the killer instinct. Now he ain't got the killer instinct. Also, he's older. Also, he's making the same weight he's been making for all these years. Someone should have told him, fuck the hydration clause. Fuck the hydration clause. Or, mate, get the fine, take the fine, pay the 500k, pay the £1 million fine, whatever the fine is. Put your health first. Stop trying to get the money and put your health at risk. Because, yeah, you got 10 million, it's not worth dying over. And he could have died in there last night. This is how serious it was. People think weight is a joke. It ain't no fucking joke, mate. Trust me, it ain't no fucking joke. And after his dad losing Seb, I'm shocked that they let him fight. Because I'm not in camp with him. I don't know what's going on. These people are in camp with him. They seen him every day. They knew what condition he was going in there to fight. And they all must have known that he don't stand a chance of getting a win in this fight. When you see Conor Benn sparring 36-minute round, the guy's looking like a beast. You know he's not going. You know that he's not going to win. Everyone in Eubank's team must have known he's not going to win the fight. Anyway, it's not my place to say because, you know, I'm not in the family. But if it was me, if I was his dad, well, his dad did come out and say he shouldn't fight. His dad did come out and say it. At the end of the day, Chris is his own man, so we can't tell him what choices to make and what choices not to make. If you want to go in there and put your life at risk, that's up to him at the end of the day. So even though I'm saying they shouldn't have let him fight, they can't control what he does. You can't control what anyone does. As men, as adults, we make our own choices, and Chris made the choice. And I'm thankful that he left, that the only thing lost was a fight. And not his life. And not a million more brain cells. Just a loss of your record. I'm happy. But you should never do that shit again. Never do that shit again. Well, that was hard to watch. I was watching a fight on the TV because I didn't go there. I actually left. I stopped watching it from, I think, round 9. Round 8, round 9, I stopped watching it. I was like, the guy's fucked. The guy's fucked. I'm watching the guy get slaughtered. He's not putting up a fight. He's not doing nothing but losing fucking brain cells. And listen, Conor, as I'm saying all of this, I'm still saying congratulations to what Conor Benn done. Listen, Conor Benn can only fight the man that's been put in front of him. And he done his thing. He fought a great fight. Regardless of who he fought, Conor Benn would have beat so many fighters in that condition he was in last night. But with the rehydration clauses, I don't agree with them because the rehydration clause is not to bring a fighter down in size. It's to dehydrate him. It's just to dehydrate him. When you say, yeah, you can get weighed in, but you can't weigh this much in the morning of the fight. He's not going to put on any size. Regardless of what he eats, he's not going to put on any size. It's just to dehydrate you. And these hydration clauses should be done away with. They should be done away with because they're fucking dangerous. Imagine saying, okay, cool, so you're going to drain yourself to make weight, but you still have to be drained on fight night. If you're hydrated on fight night, you get a massive fine. It should be fucking criminal. It should be absolutely criminal. Criminal. But when Matchroom, or I don't know if it's Matchroom, you know, I don't know who sets the contract, like the clauses, but whoever put that clause in the contract and Chris agreed to it, they're smart. They know what they're doing. They're like, okay, cool. You're much bigger than us. We don't want to fight you at your weight. So if we dehydrate you, it's going to make it more even. It's fucking criminal. If he's too big for you, then don't fight. You know, simple. If he's too big, don't fight. But if you do want to fight, then let him be his size. Let him be hydrated. Because when you dehydrate a fighter, he's not losing any size. He's still the same size. He's still got the same muscles. He's still bigger than you. Even though Conor Benn weighed more than what Eubank weighed at the weigh-in, Eubank is still bigger than him. You could all see it in the ring. Even though Conor weighed more, Eubank was still bigger. So the hydration clause doesn't make you smaller. It just makes you dehydrated. In other words, it just makes you fucked. We want you in the ring fucked. The more fucked you are, the better. Which, you know, I agree with. I'm more with giving your fighters the best advantage. But when you give your fighter the best advantage at the risk of another man losing his life, come on, man. I know boxing's important, but there's more to life than boxing. You know, you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose your life for this shit. Yeah, boxing's very important. We're fighting men, but you don't want to lose your life for this shit. Anyway, these are just my thoughts on the Eubank fight. Listen, but Conor done well. If I was his coach, I would advise him to stay at 154. I don't want to see him go back down to 147. I think he will lose the power, the size he's got. I think at 154, Conor would do a lot better, and his career he can do massive things at 154. That's what I'd like to see. If he chooses to go down to 147, he's got some great fights there. He's got the Lewis Croker fight there for the IBF title, and he's got some very good opportunities there. Some fights that he can win. But I think 154 is Conor's weight. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm out. Peace.